Daniel, the 2025 Whitworth men's tennis season has come to a conclusion. The Pirates came up just short of their goal of making the Northwest Conference tournament. Talk about the ways you saw this team grow in terms of its play on the court this year.
Sure. So yeah, obviously a bummer we missed the conference tournament. Fifth place is becoming a habit, which is one we'd love to break. As far as growth, we were a very young team, 4 freshmen in the starting lineup. Everybody had a losing record of those 4 in the first half of conference play. 2-5, 2-5, 3-4, 3-4 were the records. For the second half of the season, 2 of those guys flipped their 2-5 to 5-2. And they actually moved up in the lineup because of the injury to Henry Preacher. So that was excellent to see, right? They really turned it around the second half of the year. They were feeling really good about their games. We just did some of our exit interviews yesterday, and everybody feels really good about the season overall, even though we didn't make it to conference, obviously. But just given kind of how the guys were playing at the end of the season compared to the beginning, they feel really good about their game going into the summer. They're all excited to work really hard, and we're not graduating anybody in the starting lineup. So coming back next year with a little bit of continuity, and theoretically, anyways, everybody will have gotten better over the summer. We're just excited to see how that translates to results next year.
We talked about on the court. You also referenced a little bit some of the off-the-court stuff. Talk about the way this team grew in terms of cohesion and culture.
Sure. That was something that we was definitely a focus this year, especially for the seniors on the team. They really wanted to make sure that the team was more together, more committed to everything as a team, I guess. To a man yesterday in our interviews, everybody said that the team culture was a positive. Everybody got along really well. Obviously, there were interpersonal issues that you can't not have that, but they worked through them really well. They were having dinner as a team like every night. Like it was a very, very good atmosphere this year, and that was just really good to see, especially given that it's a very young team, basically the same team coming back next year. Like they already have that unity, so it'll just be fun, honestly, to see just how they continue building on that on a year-to-year basis.
You talked about having the entire starting lineup back. What else makes you excited for next year, whether it's recruiting or schedule or anything else?
Good recruiting class. We're very excited about the guys we have coming in. They should be competitive to break into the starting lineup. So just getting deeper. Part of where we ran into trouble this year was we had an injury to the in the top 6. Everybody shifted up, and that was more damaging than we kind of expected it to be. So just being a little bit deeper will be tremendously helpful. Even just getting reps at practice against generally a deeper team will make you more competitive. And again, the biggest thing, just having the entire lineup coming back. There's no there's no question marks of how are we going to replace this guy? How are we going to replace this guy? Obviously, we're going to miss our seniors for various reasons, but they ultimately were not in the starting lineup this year. So from a competitive standpoint, it's just nice to have that continuity going into next year, knowing we have everybody back, and just assuming they'll all be better and we'll be able to take fingers crossed, that next step into the conference tournament.